G'day Rangers! Today, on Ranger Jamie's Canadian Adventures, we're travelling to the outskirts of Calgary, Canada to get a glimpse of the Canadian Rocky Mountains from above. So what are the Rocky Mountains? Where are they found and how old are they? We're off to discover just how magical the Canadian Rocky Mountains are and how they were formed. In today's episode, we'll also be asking why Canada has so many lakes. Did you know that Canada is home to over 2 million lakes? That's a whole lot more than the number Australia has. I wonder why that is. Today, we're off to find out. Coming along the ride today is Dax Justin, a Canadian explorer and adventure photographer. He's going to guide us and show us around. And the best thing is, we're doing it from a unique perspective.
Luke, how are you, mate?
Jamie, cold.
Cold, a little bit.
Very cold. Hey Dax, how are you?
Fantastic. Luke, how you doing? So yesterday we explored Canada from the ground. However, today it's going to be from a little bit of a different perspective. From a helicopter.
Famous for its photographic landscape of snow-capped mountain peaks, deeply carved valleys, rugged rock faces, and home to the famous Black Bear, the Canadian Rockies lie in Western Canada, just to the right of Alaska and above the United States of America. In the heart of the Canadian Rocky Mountains lies the famous Banff National Park, which became Canada's first national park and the third oldest in the world. From the sky, we're going to be able to see classic geological features caused by weather events such as frozen lakes, icy rivers, and really cool examples of erosion found throughout the area. After a short but very important safety briefing, we're ready to hit the skies. The helicopter only fits 4 people inside and doesn't have any doors. Not a great day to be wearing shorts, that's for sure. Now, I've been in helicopters before, but never like this.
Now, I've just left Calgary. We're going about 170, 180 kilometres now, heading straight to the Rocky Mountains. And it is freezing. It's currently what, Pete, our pilot? Minus 20 degrees centigrade outside?
We're right now at our altitude. We're about 3 degrees centigrade.
Oh, and I'm wearing shorts.
Minus 20.
So I was a little bit off with the temperature estimate, but it certainly felt like it. I probably should have worn thicker socks.
Now guys, what we just saw right here, this is Moose Mountain. This is at the foothills of the Canadian Rocky Mountains, which means it's a baby mountain. This thing is 8,000 feet tall. In Australia, our tallest mountain, Mount Kosciuszko, at 2,228 metres, which is around about 7,000 feet. This is unbelievable.
So how were these mountains created? The mountains are just like having 2 rugs on a hardwood floor. When these 2 rugs are pushed together, the rug bunches up and forms wrinkles, just like these mountains. So what causes these rugs to move? The ground beneath our feet is always moving and has been for a very long time. We may not feel the ground move, but we can see the results of the movement almost everywhere in the form of mountains, valleys, and volcanoes. The Earth's surface is what moves, otherwise known as our planet's outer shell. The outer shell is just like one huge puzzle, and each of the pieces are known as plates, tectonic plates. Further erosion by glaciers has created the current shape of the mountains, which is what we see today. If you look closely, we can see these valleys on the side of the mountains. These have been cut into the side of the mountain by melted glacial ice sheets, and also by rivers and streams of melted water over time.
Now Dax, we're here in your backyard from a different perspective. What does this mean for you?
Yeah, Ranger Jamie, seeing the mountains from this view gives me a different appreciation of them. Seeing all the lines of the mountains reminds me of the lines of a person's face.
Yeah.
The mountains are like fingerprints of time, and we're both shaped over pressure and time,
Completely. I like that analogy, that's cool.
As Dax said, these mountain ranges really are like fingerprints of time, a snapshot into the past. It's hard to imagine witnessing the formation of these spectacular mountains millions of years ago. We're lowering our altitude to get a good look at some of the stunning lakes. The Canadian Rocky Mountain lakes are frozen for 9 months of the year and only melt during summer. You can see here where the frozen lake meets the trees. Australia has less than 100 lakes and Canada has over 2 million lakes. Why? Well, it's all due to the amount of snow and glacier water running off from the side of the mountains. While Australia does experience snow in some areas, we certainly don't have as much snow as this.
What a view of Upper and Lower Kananaskis Lakes. Gorgeous.
We're turning around to make our way home now. Because of the size of the helicopter, it doesn't hold much fuel. We've had such an incredible and surreal experience today, seeing the Canadian Rocky Mountains from the sky. Thanks to our local expert Dax Justin and our helicopter pilot Peter Skingle, we've explored the Rockies, their towering height, how they were formed, and why Canada has so many lakes. On the return journey home as my legs start to thaw out, I can't help but take a moment to reflect and appreciate just how incredible our natural world is. Our forests, rivers, and oceans provide us with the food we eat, the air we breathe, and the water we drink. It provides habitats, food, and shelter to an abundance of animal species. And for this reason, it is now more important than ever to be protecting the planet on which we live. It's the small things. Recycle that soft drink can, compost your food scraps, turn the lights off when you're not using them, and perhaps even ride your bike to school instead of hopping in the car. We are all just one person, but if we do this together, we can make a huge difference. There's a great big world out there, and it's just waiting to be explored. Get outside and start discovering the world we live in. Until next time, Rangers. If you've missed any of my other Canadian adventures, be sure to check them out. And don't forget to subscribe, Rangers, if you want to be a part of all of my adventures.